you doing? Stop sniffing my Dr. Pepper.
God, he licks his lips.
Yeah, it's like a snake.
Does he have lips? I don't think cats have lips.
Pepper's different. I feel like he does.
I don't know what that statement means. I've actually been workshopping names for a cat whenever I end up getting one. Although, honestly, a part of me kind of wants a bunny.
You should have a pet fox.
I feel like I would like that, but I don't think my neighbors would.
Yeah, they would probably be confused when there's yipping coming from the side room. Why is there yapping in the neighbor's room?
I'm 80 years old, but I know a yiff when I hear it. That's the unmistakable sound of a fox reaching climax.
Yeah, that reminds me of 60 years ago back in World War II.
Reminds me 80 years ago when Christ was executed.
That reminds me 70 years ago when they hit the Twin Towers.
Reminds me of 5 years ago when the Big Bang happened.
I remember the time I had a Thanksgiving dinner with the family, and I remember choking on the wishbone. I was 6 years old back then.
We're gonna keep doing this until you interject one, Nate. That reminds me of 15 years ago when Kennedy was assassinated.
That reminds me of that bomb-ass corn muffin I ate yesterday.
What the fuck?
That shit ripped, bro. That was mad.
Alright, I think this bit is dried up.
Can
How's
we
everybody
start?
doing?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
I'm
what?
okay.
So,
I'm
no, you were
okay.
saying. Go.
No, I'm just saying.
Out with it, fuckboy.
What the fuck what's wrong with you?
How was your day?
Good.
More detail. We're not moving on until you explain your day in excruciating detail.
Okay, so I woke up at 8 o'clock, stayed in bed for an hour for obvious reasons, went out, drank a V8, took a good shower. Nate and I played a little bit of Renegade Platinum, which is a good-ass hard mode for Pokemon Platinum. Then we went to the store, grabbed a couple of thingies. My coworker wanted me to work, and I told him no, and then eventually my boss wanted me to work, and I told them no. And now I'm here because I'm a responsible person, and here I am.
Goes without saying that I'm sorry I asked. Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome to Spicy Chicken Sandwich.
You asked that 7 times.
Yeah, it was a huge error on my part. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. Sorry, frog in my throat. Today is a very special occasion. Nate, you want to tell the crowd why that is?
100%, my man. Sorry, bison in my throat. So today, we are doing a joint host. Me and Vinc are doing this together. Carter, you will be our guinea pig today, and you're gonna love it.
I'm so excited.
I am totally unsure of if you will be playing along for this episode or not. There is a 20% chance that, independent of anything, you just check out and then Nate and I just fucking gas each other up for the whole episode.
What?
Well, you'll see.
Cool.
So, Carter, we've got history. We've got a long, storied history. The three of us were like the 3 bowling pins at the front of the lane. Mm-hmm. We're going to be looking into the past, but it's going to be fun this time.
In the distant past?
Yeah, the very, very distant past.
So today, what is this game called?
We didn't come up with a title, did we?
So let me get this straight. And it's like, I gotta call Aiden, and this was like 2 hours ago.
Well, I mean, we wrote the episode. We just forgot to title it something.
This is what's happening. There's no title.
Okay. Well, it's the new year. Okay, I got it. It's called New Year, New Meme.
Perfect. New Year, New Meme. That's our title that we came up with.
I'm glad.
This comes out on New Year's Day, so as far as they're concerned, we came up with this literally 2 weeks ago.
We've had this one in the tank for a long time, just we didn't really know how to bring it to life. But today's that day because we found a way to do just that.
So Carter, you are probably well acquainted with the fact that Nate and I are pretty much addicted to writing our opinions down in spreadsheets.
Kind of used to you guys doing that, yeah.
And you've engaged on a couple of occasions. You made a backlogged and you were ranking your games on there. And that was pretty cool. It's been interesting to see your takes. I think you've gotten better articulating your opinion.
Okay.
I heard did I talk the fuck over you?
No, not at all.
No, you just...
Okay, Because I heard little chips from your side, and I wasn't sure if you were talking or if that was just like...
He was just trying to jump in, but he kept fucking up.
Oh, gosh. But one of those tier lists, Carter, which you did not engage with because it was going to give you a brain hemorrhage, is the group meme doc.
Yes, kind of remember looking through it, and I know Boner Jesus is not really that high.
So today's episode is going to be a bit of a deep dive into that document. Basically, the whole crux of it is that we have been friends for the better part of 5 years? 4 years. A little over 4 years. No, 5. Yes.
4.
Yeah, it's
4 years.
It's
okay.
4.5. Yeah.
I think that might be kind of right, maybe. 4 years.
Yes.
We had a lot of in-jokes over the course of that run. There were at one point 7 to 10 of us in this clique quoting things. So we decided to catalog all of the in-jokes we've pretty much ever had in a giant compendium and then rank them on a tier list. I believe we're currently at like 950.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are finished with that yet.
No, there's definitely stuff we've forgotten, but we remembered more than I thought possible. I think actually on this podcast, I said if it ever got to 600, I would kill myself. Today, Carter, Nate and I are going to quiz you on how you think we feel about some of the most iconic memes in this group's history.
Great. If it's Boner Jesus, I know the answer.
This is going to be kind of a mix of like half storytelling and then half you having to figure out how each of us individually feel about the memes. Nate and I took the liberty of ranking all of these on a 5-point tier scale, and you, Carter, will be tasked of guessing what either of us ranked each meme. If you are correct, you will get a point, but if you are incorrect, the person who you were wrong about will get a point.
What if I was wrong about myself?
That's something you need to talk to your therapist about.
I know that there's a lot of memes on there that I have never heard of.
Well, we'll explain them, and you can kind of gauge based on how enthusiastic we're talking about them, how we feel about them.
We picked out a bunch of fucking memes. There's like 10 of them or 8 of them or some shit.
You guys really thought hard on this one.
So we're going to kick things off.
We should probably explain the tiers.
Yes, please.
So S tier is in contention for top of all time, like in contention for the funniest joke we've ever had together as a collective.
Yes.
A tier is consistently hilarious. It never doesn't get a laugh out of you when it comes up. B tier is makes me snicker a little bit. It gives you a little chuckle. It's like a Reddit joke. It gives you a light chuckle. C is indifference. Like you just literally don't care. Like your positive and negative emotions completely even out, or you have no opinion.
Just a neutral. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And then F tier is fuck this one. This is for jokes that we wish never happened.
Okay, so if it is per se a D tier, should I lean that towards the F tier or lean that towards the C tier?
Well, we re-ranked everything to get it to that 5-point scale. On the actual scale, because there's so many options, there's like 10 tiers. We condensed down to 5 for this. F means we straight up don't like it.
Gotcha.
And then up to S, and then S is like iconic. I want this to be inscribed on my tombstone.
Sick.
This is basically just going to be based on vibe. You have to go pretty much completely on your spirit.
Well, I will change the vibe if you are correct.
Yeah.
Great.
If you start getting points, I will just start lighting this entire podcast on fire. You will have twice as many chances to get points as Nate or I, but either of us could walk out with a win today, so you have to be on your toes.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to do this.
All right, let's ride. So the first joke.
This one is titled Stop Watching Mr. Incredible Memes.
Oh, great.
So perhaps you guys remember the Mr. Incredible meme where it's him getting progressively either creepier or happier or whatever. And this was a pretty rife source of trivia.
Okay, but the thing is that I didn't even think of it as a meme. These videos were putting a ton of shit out, and like my mind was like, whoa. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I was able to pinpoint exactly where this knowledge was coming from, even though I wasn't looking at your phone. Out of seemingly nowhere, all of a sudden Carter becomes an absolute foundry of trivia. He's just laying up in his bed, showering, bottom of the room with knowledge. And I guess my intuition was correct, only hearing the trivia, when I looked up at the top of his head, which is all I could see, and I went, Carter, stop watching Mr. Incredible memes. All I had was the fact that he'd relayed like 5 pieces of trivia, and my soul read was dead on. The meme had been dead for like 2 months, but I hit it square in the nose.
It's a lot of interesting shit that comes out of that stuff. It's cool little things that you can like bring up at like, I don't know, like a bar. All the ladies and homies would be impressed by your trivia skills.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be real impressed with your trivia about like how much concrete it takes to suffocate a person.
Well, yeah, you can imagine my enthusiasm when I was sitting at my desk assembling a puzzle, listening to music, and every couple of minutes, Carter's like, dude, wait, hold on, important. Did you know that clownfish can change their genders at will?
Did you know that seahorses can lay up to 8,000 eggs?
And I think that shot in the dark is quite special. And that, as a quote, has persisted whenever you say a fact.
Not even a month ago, like I was just texting in the Discord, and out of the fucking blue, Aiden's like, stop looking at Mr. Incredible memes. I'm like, I'm not. I haven't seen one of those in like 2 years.
Yeah, I think your exact diction was like, find me a Mr. Incredible meme that says that.
I really thought that you like photoshopped that shit.
I did. I didn't find that.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, I was gonna say, you did not find that shit.
Just one of the most pointed soul reads I've ever experienced. So where do you think Nate and I rank it?
Oh boy. Well, you guys had a ton of enthusiasm when describing it. I personally think that Nate thinks it's an F. He doesn't care about it.
Well, C is indifference. F is fuck this one.
I feel like he would say fuck this one.
Okay.
For you, Aiden, I feel like you are a little bit more favorable, but it is definitely not a S or an A. So I'm going to aim for a B for you. I think you get a little bit of a chuckle out of it, mainly because you are the one who made that meme, but I don't think is like the best meme you've made.
Okay. So you're saying F for Nate and B for me.
Yes.
Such an interesting one, you know, the soul read one. Such an interesting one for you to completely flub. Nate and I both have it an S.
Why do you guys have that in S?
Dude, this shit is hilarious.
It is not that funny.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Are you kidding me?
That is not the best meme. I really think it's like a D tier meme.
Dude, I love saying stop watching Mr. Incredible memes just as a non sequitur.
The fact that I plucked it out of thin air is incredible.
It's just not a good one.
Put a Mr. Incredible meme on screen right now. It's gonna say, you make a really good Mr. Incredible joke. Carter thinks it's D tier, and that's when he becomes uncanny.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it's a joke.
You take it seriously. You don't think it's a joke? You think it's for real?
I like the trivia off of it. Like, I think the Incredible memes are more trivia than, like, funny, you know? And you did rank these tiers based on how funny it is.
Yeah, it's extremely funny that I got fed up with you feeding me trivia, and then I literally outsourced you.
I suppose I always got the mood that, like, you guys were not liking it a lot, and therefore you guys didn't find it to be the funniest thing.
Oh, no, look.
The trivia isn't the funny part. The funny part is that I called your ass out.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, we're not ranking the Mr. Incredible meme. We're ranking us saying stop watching Mr. Incredible memes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Otherwise known as group memes. Things that are quoted in our group.
And here is something that is extremely relevant to the group.
Great.
This is your next question.
Yes.
It's the hey guy.
Oh, boy.
Hey. So.
Love that guy.
We've established on here before, we all met in the dorms because we all lived in the same building the first couple years of college.
You bet.
Our second year, we met some characters in our hall. And I wouldn't say they were like, none of them were bad housemates, but the quirks that you would pick up on would be like going into the bathroom late at night and they're like almost ass naked in there. Mm-hmm. And there was one particular guy who, whenever you passed him, it doesn't matter who you were, it doesn't matter what you were doing, you'd always get the same greeting from him. And that would be a resonant hey. And
he was perhaps the most scantily clad of the lot.
There were two guys that I did not think too highly of in that they were very, very naked for over half the time.
Yeah, like you go to brush your teeth and this guy's just like, he's almost got his junk flopping out. And you're just like, I don't know how to handle it. I can feel the extroversion radiating off of them. And so because of this, that hey greeting just, it kind of transcended the context it was in. in. Now it's just like, if you say it like that, you know exactly what you're referring to, and it's, I don't know, I think it's pretty funny.
Hey. I think it's pretty
make
funny.
Of that what you will.
That's a hint. I think
Oh, wait, okay, hang on, wait, here we go. Oh, man, the worst joke I've ever heard. Oh, get it out of here. I got him.
Fuck.
Yeah, you know, I think he's right. I think he's got a point.
I don't like you guys gaslighting me. I don't like the gaslighting that's happening in this room.
Carter, what do you think gaslight means?
There's literally no gaslighting.
I smell the gas, and it's
Carter,
making
what
me,
do you think gaslight means?
What do you think gaslight means?
I'm asking you the question. You're on trial right now, not me.
He's asking you a question, bro.
Gaslighting means saying something in hopes that you persuade them, even though it is completely the opposite.
What are you talking about?
That is gaslighting.
That is literally not gaslighting.
Yeah.
Now you're gaslighting.
No, that's actually not gaslighting.
Now you're legit gaslighting.
I would not do that to you.
This is gaslighting.
Carter, would I do that to you?
Yes.
Okay, would I do that to you in this serious of a tone?
Yes.
Fair enough.
So how funny do you think we think the Hey Guy is?
Okay, so I was thinking about this before you guys were giving me the very subtle hints that you guys were giving. I know that this was mostly like a Nate and me thing. At least during that time, I don't know if he like reminisce about it a lot. During that time, he did not like.
I remember those late nights when I barely didn't see that guy's dick.
Well,
shortly after being greeted.
Here's the deal. I know that Aiden sometimes go into the bathroom at like 12 and we're just playing games and he comes back and he's like, guys, the Hey Guy was in there. It's just a shock. Oh no, I can't unsee what happened. There was something with the slippers that you had, right? Like the shower sandals with the Hey Guy. Somebody left them in the bathroom, came back, and the Hey Guy was right there.
I feel like I would have done that, but I have no memory of it.
Yeah, you probably blocked it out because it was so traumatizing.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
I flicked on my flashlight and the Hey Guy was right there looking at me.
He just stared at me for 5 seconds and he said, hey, and left. But I guess for Aiden, I don't think he thinks of it highly. I don't know if it's a C or an F. I think it's going to be a C for him.
Okay.
I'm just putting my dollar on there. As for Nate, I do think that he thinks of it as a funnier joke. I don't think it's the top one. So between B and A, I'm going to just guess B and hope that's it.
Okay. Carter, you got one of us right.
Great.
I put it in C.
You did,
Nate put
okay.
it in A.
Oh, damn it. It was a 50-50 for me. I was just...
Yeah,
is
you were
it
very
B
close.
Or is it A?
I will give away a little bit. Legacy, I put a lot of weight on Legacy. We have continued to bring up the Hey Guy like very consistently within the past couple years.
Gotcha.
And so I put a lot of weight on that. I think it's a very important joke to the continuum.
It stood the test of time.
I see.
Yeah, as for me, I think I told you about every encounter I ever had with the Hey Guy, which was like 3 or 4 times. I honestly have very little memory of that person at all.
Nate and I would bring it up and you're just like, I don't. I've only seen him a couple of times.
It sounds funny. I'm sure I've seen the guy. Well, because like it was, no, he didn't mask up, right? That was 2020. He wasn't wearing a mask, was he? I don't remember.
Also, it was not in 2020. It was when we were sophomores, so.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was when we were, I
think.
on the 3rd floor, baby.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Aft. Yeah, because the first year I left early. Now I remember. Yeah. Sophomore year. I don't know. There were a number of interesting characters on our floor, and he didn't really seem to stick out. Because there were a lot more like dudes who were allergic to shirts than you guys are making it seem like there were.
Thankfully, we've got plenty more jokes.
Yeah, plenty more jokes. This is a pretty iconic one. It's relevant to the podcast even, and I wonder what you think we're gonna say for it.
Oh boy.
So, Carter, how do you think Nate and I feel about the squid hat?
Well, that's an easy point for me. I don't know where the other point is going to be at.
For those of you who are uninitiated, Carter episodes typically start with a iconic bit, Carter's Hat of Mystery, from which we draw whatever the episode topic might be, and we pick from a variety of blind choices. However, commonly, the hat which we draw out of is one of those obscene fabric squid hats that make you want to have a hemorrhage. The more ire the both of us express toward that thing, the more commonly it shows up. If you watch the podcast clip shows, it is on the table because it is that integral and that repugnant.
Yeah, I remember us going to Mall of America, which I personally think
it was a mistake.
People it was not good.
Well, I agree. That trip sucked.
But the most memorable, keyword memorable and not favorable moments of that is when just in the center of the mall, just one of those shops that have a ton of expensive trinkets, and I see a squid head. I'm like, you think I should get this? And the person who drove me is like,
wait a minute, you went into like a Forever 21 and bought a squid hat?
Not Forever 21, but it was like in front of the roller coasters.
Oh, Hot Topic.
No. That would be funnier if I got that from a Hot
Spencer's.
Oh, a hot dog stand.
You know, they might have sold hot dogs. I don't know.
Okay, wait. Hypothetical time. If there was a hot dog cart and they had calamari, would you order it? You have to get something.
Is somebody pressuring me to get calamari?
Yes, me.
Then probably.
Yeah, I'd go for it.
If it was just me, I would just be like, nah, I just want a fucking hot dog.
There is not a sum of money you could pay me that would make me buy fish from a stoned teenager running a hot dog cart.
Really?
Absolutely not. At best, I'd get mercury poisoning.
I mean, that's a fucking bucket list item for me.
Yeah,
No. Wait, we're gonna discuss this more. What?
It's on my bucket list to have mercury poisoning. I want to know what's up with it. You ever flip on the TV and someone's doing something strange, like not necessarily strange, but you watch the Olympics and you're like, I probably can't do it on that level, but it looks fun.
Having mercury poisoning.
Yeah, I just want like a little bit of mercury poisoning so that I know what it's like.
Jokes aside, I kind of feel the same way. There's a thing on my list in which I wanna at least once get pepper sprayed. Like in a controlled environment, like I wanna actually feel how it feels to get pepper sprayed in case that actually happens. That is a thing that might happen during my job, and I want to like experience that before somebody unexpectedly does it to me.
Yeah, are you saying that to have the experience or because you think it will prepare you?
I think both.
As somebody who has had Carolina Reaper multiple times, there's a certain threshold where no amount of preparation will save you. Every time is as bad as the last. There's no practicing for a pepper spray.
I just want to feel how it feels like.
I do too, if I'm being honest. If somebody said, hey, we can do this in a controlled environment, I think I would say yes.
Yes.
But you wouldn't say yes if they were like, we can have a controlled mercury poisoning for you.
See?
I don't think there's such thing as controlled poisoning.
But if they did, I think it would be raw.
I mean, if you really want to think about it, it's kind of like what flu shots and COVID-19 shots are.
It's not mercury poisoning.
I know that's not mercury poisoning.
I'm talking specifically about mercury poisoning here.
Nothing else relates to this. This is its own thing. It's mercury poisoning.
Yeah, like we're talking you put a thermometer in your butt and it broke.
Yeah, and of course that will prepare me for when somebody unexpectedly mercury poisons me.
Huh. I told you that I wanted to be in a car when it rolls one day, right?
I think you did tell me that, yeah.
And I mean rolls like on its side, not like rolls forward. Yeah. That's not particularly exciting when it does that.
Yeah, I was stuck on that for like 5 seconds.
I mean, like with a roll cage.
Whee! Okay, with the roll. Okay.
Or I just want to be in a car accident. I want to experience it.
I mean, I don't know. Actually, after the podcast.
Now that I think about it, I actually have been in a car accident, and it was seconds before you bought the squid hat, if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was. It's funny how that came full circle.
Interesting.
Yeah, I forgave them, though it took some willpower.
What a nightmare that was.
Have you had car accidents, dude? Fire. After this is over, I'll go east, you go west, and we'll meet up.
You've been in a car accident. Yeah, there's some trauma associated with that for you.
Been in a car accident.
Yeah, that shit was terrifying.
How did that not click in my brain until now?
That shit was so scary. Oh my god. But yeah, you know what? I think it was a humbling experience anyway. I mean, I regret it. But it was kind of cool.
But what if it wasn't your car? What if it was like a beater that was worth $500 and someone said wreck it?
That would be pretty cool.
That would be so fucking fun.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. So Carter.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so Squid Hat, where do we rank it? That's where we started.
Yeah, speaking of accidents, where are we ranking the Squid Hat?
Well, Nate's definitely an F. There is no debate about that. If he ranks at a C, I'm going to be a little bit pissed at him.
Okay.
As for you, Aiden, I don't know if you really hate it or if you ironically hate it to the point that it makes you chuckle.
It is definitely more of a Nate gag than a me gag.
Yeah. I don't think you think of it as an F. I think you chuckle at it a little bit because of Nate hating it. So I'm going to go with a B for you.
So that's an F for Nate and a B for me?
Yes.
Okay, you're half right.
I'm guessing I'm right with Nate.
No, you're right with me, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Nate gave it a C.
You are an asshole. You say that you hate it so fucking much you don't want to see it. Why do you think it's funny?
Because that in itself is funny.
I don't.
It just doesn't go higher because I hate it.
It's just so inexorably entwined in the group lore at this point that there's something funny about him hating it and it's still showing up everywhere. The fact that it's now just a part of the podcast that we've all just kind of accepted. Like, Nate had to draw it to make those podcast clips exist. Had to animate it.
God.
It's not even a comfy fucking hat. It's made out of foam.
Yeah, like gross felt.
There's like no reason to wear it. It makes you look like a dumbass, and there's like no practicality to it.
As opposed to the bat hat, which is awesome.
Hey, it makes you stand out.
The bat hat is aerodynamic.
Oh shit, I've touched a nerve.
We're gonna keep moving along. I think we should try to maybe speed things up a little bit.
Not work. Son of a bitch. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab something. Hold on.
No, that's okay. Go grab a second pen.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Just marking down points.
Uh-huh.
If my count is correct, Nate, you got 2 points. I have 2 points. And Carter, you got 4 points.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is one that you no doubt remember as being a cursed moment in our discography. This one is simply labeled, "What the fuck am I looking at?" And then in parentheses, salamander.
God damn it. That was so long ago.
That was so long ago.
I don't remember the details on that, but the meme stuck.
I do.
Yeah, tell it from your perspective.
Yeah, tell from yours.
Okay, so picture you're me, and you're at your desk, back to the rest of the room, working on anything else. Just trying to rid your mind of the fact that there are people fucking around the other corner of the room because it's been a long day and whatever. So I'm just staring at my work, huffing and puffing, having a bad go of it, and then I turn around, and what do I see but both of these two, shirtless, staring at me.
We weren't shirtless, but we lifted our shirts up partially and stuck our bellies out.
That pushed me over the edge. I just had enough at that point. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, and I just lost it and went, "What the fuck am I looking at?" And you guys started laughing and pointing at me, and then I couldn't even think of words at that point. I was so upset, so I went, "Go choke on a salamander!" And then I put my music in, and then I was mad. It's apparently the funniest thing they've ever heard of.
I remember it being like a bad day for you two, and we just didn't know it, and we just burst out laughing as you like took a shower.
You can imagine being me after having a fucking horrible day, and I'm trying to get work done, and every 5 minutes, Aiden, what? Aiden, what? And on like the fifth one, they're fucking shirtless and staring at me. And it was like, that was just too much.
So funny. Aiden, look at my belly.
Alright, so where do we tier it?
You guys would rank it. Yeah, I know Nate thinks highly of it. I think Aiden thinks lowly of it, but he doesn't think lowly of it now. Back then, I don't think he thought of it as a joke, but I think now that like it's been a couple of years, like I think you, Aiden, find it at least a little bit funny.
Yeah, back then it wasn't a game, it was real goddamn life.
Yeah, so I think, Aiden, you thought of it as a B.
Okay.
And Nate, you thought of it as an A.
Is that your final answer?
No, let me rephrase that. Aiden, I think you're a C, and Nate, I think you're an A.
Okay, is that your final answer? No swapsies?
No swapsies.
All right, you should be glad you changed because I had it at C, Nate had it at B.
Ooh, okay, cool.
I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
This is a line that I said, but I feel like I really wasn't a part of the joke being made. I was just an unfortunate actor in it. Subjectively, it's funny, but I don't know. I don't really have a good window into it, so I'm just kind of indifferent.
That's the thing about memes. Like Nate said, the memes that he thought to be the funniest are the ones that continue to be funny throughout the years. Aiden, how you find it funny is if you were a part of it. If you're not as big of a part of it. Yeah, I'll be honest with that. I'll be frank. That is how you think. That being said, yeah, I think you think of it as a C, and you weren't really part of making the joke.
Jesus Christ, I need an acid. Holy shit. It's like you just fucking shot a cannonball ball directly into my face.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you're just going to look through all of them and you're going to be like, was I a part of making this? And if you say no, it's a C or an F.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm such an egomaniac.
Yeah.
As you double over, I can introduce the next one if you tally the points.
Oh, I got him.
All right, Carter. So imagine a scenario.
Yes.
In this very room that we have sat in immediately now, you get the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see your favorite band perform in this room. It is a personal performance for you. You are an audience of one, where you can have a great time with just your favorite artist.
But you can't, like, in any way see every possible line of sight beat on you, right? Like, there's a lot of places somebody could stand and be able to see you without you being able to see them. And so picture this, if you will. Over the duration of this hour-and-a-half long set list, every 10 seconds, out of the corner of your eye, spawns in, out of thin air, a Carter holding a shotgun, pointing it at you. These continue spawning in for the entire 1.5 hour show. And they only stop spawning in when the show ends. And you are tasked with navigating the members of the band out of the living room back to their tour bus in the driveway. Do you take the deal, yes or no?
The Carters are not hostile.
They are not hostile. They will not shoot you unless you bump into them and their finger grazes the trigger. But their fingers are on the triggers.
Yeah, like, that would be the thing. Like, they're just Carters with shotguns. They won't shoot me. The first time I shot a shotgun, it fucking made my shoulder sore for an entire week.
But Carter, you have to understand something, all right? There's a new one that spawns in every 30 seconds. Now, granted, because there are a lot of windows in that room, some of them will spawn, like, outside, maybe in the trees, maybe on top of the neighbor's shed, but they will have a direct line of sight on you. They will be able to see you no matter where it is they spawn in, but you will not notice them spawn in. They will spawn in a position where you are not looking at them. So you'll turn around and it'll be there. And they never blink.
So by the end of this performance, there are going to be 180 Carters with shotguns somewhere around the property.
Let me run the math on that. Hour 30 performance.
Did just run the...
Wait, 6 per minute, and then 90 minutes. So there'd be 540 Carters by the end.
I thought you said one every 30 seconds.
One every 10 seconds.
You've said 30 once, but yeah, it was 10.
Oh, okay. I mean, that still doesn't change my answer. I would still, accept that. Yeah.
You don't think it would get crowded if there were just a bunch of Carters spawning in the yard, in the room, like maybe right over your shoulder?
It wasn't made clarified they would be spawning in the room. You said something about windows?
No, they will spawn anywhere possible that they have a line of sight on you. That includes in the room, that includes in other rooms where they can still see you, that includes at the window, that includes hanging off the ceiling.
You stated that I would see them out of the corner of my eye every 10 seconds.
If you never break eye contact with the band, then they would never spawn where you could see them. They would all spawn behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, and so
the question becomes then, do you take the deal? How do you plan your route to get them out of the house? Like, do you sit in a very specific place so they can't spawn by the door? Do you turn away from the band? How do you do it?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, in the sunroom, there's a fireplace, and the fireplace is on the west side of the room. On the east side, there's a door. On the south side, there's a door. And on the north side, there's a door.
Yeah, there's 3 ways out.
Yeah, I would be facing west, and I would be super far back so that not only would I be able to see the band people, but I would be able to see the patio door. There might be people like behind the patio door, but they would at least give me a path so that I can go around the house and then go east to where like the garage is at, and then I can like escort them out.
Okay, so if you were offered a deal where you could see everything perform a live set in the sunroom for an hour and a half, and gun Carters would spawn in on a hair trigger, like if you bump into one of them, it will shoot. They will keep the beat on you forever. Like, they will all be pointing at you all the time.
Is a gun gonna shoot at me if I bump into their side?
Well, their fingers are on the triggers, and they're pretty sensitive triggers.
Oh, so what's gonna happen is that if I bump into one, then it's a domino effect?
Potentially.
Yeah. and your band will probably die.
Ah, damn it.
And there are 540. They stop spawning when the concert is over.
Yeah, and everything is not two-man band. Like, on Apple Music, there's like 4 of those fuckers in the picture.
Yeah, so it's a pretty crowded space, not to mention the Carters.
I would still take it. If it's for free, I'll take it.
Really?
Yeah.
That would not bother you at all?
No.
Because when I offered this deal to Nate, I had to sweeten the pot by saying he could pick the set list.
Well, the other thing is that you are specifically saying Carters who are holding shotguns.
Yes. And the shotguns are loaded. Don't pull that bullshit.
Okay, here's the deal. Aiden, if it was you with a shotgun spawning every 10 seconds, I would be a little bit wary. And it's
Why
just
is
because
that?
it's you. Because
What
it's
does
you.
that mean?
If it was Nate, probably the same thing. It's more of a thing where, do I trust you with a gun? Do I trust myself with a gun?
No,
yeah,
the parameters of the deal are that they will not shoot you unless you disturb the finger on the trigger enough.
Yes, and I think the loud music will disturb you and you will shoot the band members during the concert.
They will not shoot the band members, they will shoot you.
Yes,
unless they spawn behind the band.
Why would I shoot the shotgun?
Because you would find it really funny that they messed up. You would laugh and then you would pull the trigger and you're like, oops.
Of all things to decide it, I would not expect that.
But yeah, if it was me with a shotgun, I would say yes.
Yeah, I guess it would be hard to disturb you if 150 or 540 of you pointing shotguns at you doesn't disturb you.
Okay. Well, since you insulted my pride, now I'm going to insult yours. Does it not change your opinion at all knowing that you have a larger profile than either I or Nate do? The Carters would crowd up faster than gun Nates or gun Vincs.
Probably not. I feel like the amount doesn't matter.
You don't feel like 540 would cause any sort of congestion?
I mean, as long as the shotgun Carters bumping in the shotgun Carters,
they don't bump each other.
Yeah, then I think we're fine.
Wait, did we ever establish what happens after the performance? Where do they go?
Every 30 seconds, a random gun carter will despawn as soon as the band pulls out of the driveway. And so they will, over the course of, what would that be, 4.5 hours, they would all vanish.
I would still be fine with that.
Okay.
I didn't take the deal because I don't think I would be able to enjoy a concert, even if it was Radiohead playing in the living room in front of me, if there were 540 guns pointed at me.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be able to enjoy that hypothetical.
Let me say this. What if you, Aiden, were at a Radiohead concert?
Okay.
Every 10 seconds, I would spawn, but my gun would not be out and it would be concealed. But you know that I have a gun. And if you disturb me, I will pull my gun out and maybe shoot your arm or something. It won't kill you, but it will hurt. Would you take the deal?
Okay, so wait, is this still in the living room?
Yeah.
Is it still a shotgun? Because the thing is, a shotgun is very big. The barrel sticks out quite a ways, which is why...
You can conceal a shotgun easily.
Okay.
Not from personal experience.
Must have one hell of a colon.
I'm not sticking out my ass, the hell.
I think I would do it.
You would? Okay, so you would do it if the gun was concealed.
I think so.
See, I find that interesting because it's based off of it either being concealed or it being pointed at you.
As somebody who has had a gun pointed at them, it's pretty disconcerting. So if I didn't know you had a gun, but I was told beforehand that if I disturb you, shit's gonna get bad, I would do it. But if I knew that you were hiding a gun and there were 540 in the room with me, I think over the course of a concert, that would be pretty much impossible for me to deal with.
It would be in the band brochure that comes with the performance. It would be this is the lead singer, this is the drummer, and every 10 seconds, Carter's gonna spawn with a concealed shotgun.
Okay. And this is still in the living room. I will get to pick a spot to park myself in the room before this takes place.
You would have a spot to park yourself, you would have a spot to park the band, and the Carters would spawn randomly, and they would have a concealed shotgun. If you look at them closely, you will see the lumps in their shirt and their pants. But other than that, that is pretty much it.
540 is a lot. That's more than I can picture at once. Oh, God.
I mean, along with that, I can also tell them to move, and they'll move, so...
No, they do not respond to anything. They do not shift. The gun carters are basically just NPCs.
I have a question. What does this have to do with the memes?
It's probably pretty obvious based on how we've been talking about it, but this hypothetical, Nate and I were stuck on it for, I think it was 3 hours straight.
We were yapping.
Oh, so this is a one-on-one meme that I was just not aware of at all.
Yeah, we thought it'd be fun to throw in one of those to see how you'd take it.
Which is the complete opposite.
But like, it took me switching the band, switching the arrangement, switching the spawn rate, switching the kind of gun you were holding. I had to make so many concessions to get Nate to take the deal. And I've never been so engaged in a conversation in my life, I don't think.
It was genuine fun.
And so I wonder, Carter, where you think that ranks in terms of group memes, because this gun Carter thing has come up numerous times since. And I brought this up to a friend once, and that started its own 3-hour-long conversation. So this has caused rifts.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think this meme is like considered like funny. It's a good hypothetical, but I'm guessing like you guys think this is very fun. Nate and I have hypotheticals all the time, and they get sometimes really heated, but I don't think this is like an S or an A at all, but I also don't think this is an F. I guess I'll just play it safe. I'm just gonna say that both of you guys are C with this meme.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, that is incorrect.
Cool.
Nate has it in B.
I was thinking B.
I have it in S.
Why do you have it in S?
This is among my favorite hypotheticals I've ever come up with.
Yes, it's a good hypothetical, but how is it funny?
Because we toiled over it longer than I toiled over what I picked my major to be, I think. This was a multi-hour thing, and this spawned subsequent discussion with other people that were also multi-hour things.
I got one.
So how is that funny?
Wait, I got one. Carter, let me sweeten the pot of this meme. Let me warm you up to it. So here's the scenario.
Yes.
You get a living room concert.
Yes.
It's Nirvana. I come down and I sit next to you.
Uh-huh.
You're not sure if I have a gun or not. I swear I don't have a gun.
Okay.
Hour 30 show.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Then yes, I would take the deal.
Okay, hypothetical. It's not Nirvana.
Would you take the deal?
It's actually Foo Fighters, but Dave Grohl, he will leave the show disappointed in you specifically. He will not like you unless you give him the best of you.
Okay, I would still take the deal. I would probably not care about his opinion. He's here to play me an hour 30 of performance. I don't really care how these guys think of me.
And it would be an S tier experience.
In terms of funniness, no, I do think that it would be like a very memorable experience.
You don't think it would be funny for them to have a whole concert in the living room?
I would be grateful. I wouldn't think it's funny.
Well, Carter...
Why would you do that as a joke?
Another hypothetical.
Yes.
Let's assume that you are me and you find the Stop Watching Mr. Incredible memes meme extremely funny.
Uh-huh.
And you sum together all the collective time you have spent deriving enjoyment and finding that funny into one pot. And let's just say generously that that's a collective hour of your life that you've been thinking about that joke and actively chortling to yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, now picture that you are sitting next to Nate, which is probably not hard.
When you say you mean you, Aiden.
Yes, and you're doing that, and you have an idea for a hypothetical that you can give to Nate, and you proceed to spend 3 times as long as you've been laughing at this other S-tier meme at this thing, and then you have a subsequent 3-hour discussion with somebody else about the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that is considered 6 times more stimulation, yes or no?
What do you define as stimulation?
Being engaged by a topic.
Okay, if I was you, if I was in your shoes, I liked Mr. Incredible memes, and if I was Aiden, and if Nate sat next to me, and if I made a hypothetical, and if I am Aiden, then yes, I would think it is really funny, yes.
Okay.
Like, I see where you're at now. You personally would think it's funny, yes.
Okay. Another hypothetical. While you're talking with Nate, gun carters start to spawn in out of the corner of your vision, and the spawn rate is once every 20 to keep the amount of cars that are there at the end the same. Would you still would you do that?
If I was Aiden, who, as you said, had a gun pointed at him, and
540 guns.
Yes, I had the same experience as Aiden, as somebody was pointing a gun at me.
And there were 540 carters staring directly at you.
Yeah, and if they were holding shotguns at Aiden, yes, I would think that you would need to sweeten the pot a little bit because of the experience you had.
Okay.
Yes.
So assuming that you were me giving Nate a hypothetical, and you were sitting across from Nate, and there were 540 gun carters pointing guns at you, and you had gotten 6 hours of enjoyment out of this hypothetical that you were crafting.
Yeah.
Let's just say everything is there also weighing in, and they're also performing a...
So wait. Nirvana and everything are there?
Yeah, it's like a double feature, like one plays 40 minutes, the other one plays 40 minutes, and there's 10 minutes in between while the roadies get everything set up.
At the same time?
No, one goes after the other.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Are you gonna expand your
No, that's it.
hypothetical at all?
That's it.
Oh, well, you didn't give me a question at the end. You were just okay.
Do you like that? If you're
What do
me,
you think?
If I was you,
yes.
I don't fucking know. Maybe. I mean, it's
Okay,
you, Aiden.
we're gonna figure this out. So assuming that instead of being me, it's you, and you're sitting across from Nate, and everything plays a 40-minute set, followed by 10 minutes of downtime, followed by another 40-minute set of Nirvana, and every 10 seconds, a gun carter spawns in, pointing a shotgun at your face, leading to 540 cards being there at the end of the entire experience. You have to navigate all the bands as well as Nate out of the house into the tour bus, and they drive away. And then every 30 seconds for the remainder of the afternoon, for about 4.5 hours, give or take, the carters despawn on their own accord. Do you take the deal?
I feel like Nate was with you. I feel like you would be a lot more comfortable with 500 and something carters.
We're talking about you now.
Shotgun. Is this me now? Okay.
Yes, it is you and
okay,
Nate.
so-
Nate is sitting across from you. A 40-minute set of everything, followed by 10 minutes of downtime, followed by a 40-minute set of Nirvana. Every 10 seconds, a gun carter spawns in, pointing a shotgun directly at somewhere out of your peripheral vision. You have to navigate Nate and both bands out to the tour bus in the driveway at the end of the concert.
Why is Nate going with the bands? Nate, where are you going?
Dude, of course I want to tour with them. That sounds awesome.
Dude, that's pretty cool and all, but
Okay, no, fine, we'll change it. So, you're sitting across from Nate. You're yourself. 40-minute set of everything.
Yes.
10 minutes of downtime. 40-minute set of Nirvana. And then you have to navigate everyone out. Carter's spawning in every 10 seconds. 540 by the end. All have shotguns, all point at you, hands on the triggers, blah, 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 blah. But Nate does not go with.
And how about this?
Yeah, please.
Permission to sweeten the pot?
Go ahead.
At the end of the show, you get a souvenir. It's like a red
Wait,
button.
assuming what parameters? Can you go over those again for me?
You're sitting on the couch. Nate is there with you, but not for the whole time he leaves. It's everything followed up by Nirvana, and then
how long?
it's 120 minutes followed up by 42 minutes. And then,
Okay. A really long everything concert.
540 guns, Carter everywhere, and you have to escort the bands out. And at the end of the show, after they have left on their tour bus, you get a red button. It fits in the palm of your hand, and if you push it, it plays a soundbite of Prince going.
You guys keep on giving me these hypotheticals and thinking, okay, Carter's probably gonna say no. But
No,
for all of these, I'm like, yes.
You get
Like,
a
I
fucking
would say
Prince
yes
button
to
that
it.
goes,
Well, I would say that if I didn't even get the Prince button,
okay, fine.
You're not driving
sweeten
a
the
hard
pot
bargain,
some
though.
more
You say,
then.
Let's sweeten the pot some more.
All right,
Yeah.
from
need to sweeten the pot.
shut the fuck
Fine.
up. Shut up. From the top. So, you're Carter. You're sitting across from Nathaniel in the living room. There is a 120-minute set of everything, and there is followed by 10 minutes of downtime, followed by a 42-minute set of Nirvana. In a regular period, 540th of that set list, a Carter will spawn in holding a shotgun, finger on the trigger, staring at you, never blinking. After this set list, you have to navigate all of the band members out to their tour bus in the driveway. When they drive away, you will then have a Carter despawn every 30 seconds for 4.5 hours until all the Carters are gone. Also, you get a button whenever you press it, Prince goes, ugh! Also, there is a merch table with incredibly discounted prices that you can buy from independent of any of the gun cartridge. Like really discounted prices, like it's a steal.
And there's like 2 more red buttons you can buy to complete your Prince set. The second one has him going, yeah! And then the third one has him going, oh.
Is this going to be one of those things where you're going to bring it up and then you're going to be like, all right, Carter, repeat the event that I just said 5 times?
In that case, it would be in your best interest to stop letting the bit get more complicated.
Yeah, do we need to sweeten the pot again, dude?
All right,
I don't understand this bit.
No, believe me, this'll do it. This'll be what pushes it over the edge. So, you're in the living room. You're Carter. You're sitting across from Nate. Across from you, setting up to perform the greatest show you've ever seen. A live concert in your very living room is everything. They're playing a 2-hour-long set, 120 minutes, followed by 10 minutes of downtime, followed by a 43-minute show from Nirvana. And you get to pick the set list for both bands. However, on a regular interval, until there are 540 Carters in the room coinciding with the second the last concert ends, a new Carter will spawn out of your peripheral vision holding a shotgun with finger on the trigger, pointing it at you, never blinking, just really boring a hole into the side of your skull with their eyes. Now, if you bump into any Carters, the guns may go off. There's a decent chance. You have to be very careful. But you have to get every member of every band out to the tour bus, and then they drive away. You have special claim to a very cheap merch table for both bands. Also on that table for sale, 2 buttons. You get one of the buttons for free. They make Prince do different noises. For example, ah, ooh, and also... Also, there's a waiter, Aiden, and he will bring you the most delicious meal you've ever had to eat while you are watching this concert. However, there is a very small chance that a gun carter may break character and take like a cheese cube off of your plate. They won't shoot you, they will just take a cheese cube.
And also, once you've collected the 3 red Prince buttons, a little jingle plays and there's a secret room in the house somewhere, and then you can find a 4th button. And it's a yellow button where if you push it, it's him going, "Hey, baby."
Yes, I would take it. Yes.
Wait, so that begs the question, where's the cutoff point? You know what I mean? What pushed it over the edge exactly, if I had to ask?
Everything all there.
Okay, so just like as a complete package.
Yeah,
like you
as
feel
the
like
complete package.
You feel like the time is worth it now. Yeah, like would you say no if we took away the yellow button?
No.
The 4th button, if we took that away, you would still say yes.
If you took it away, then I would still say yes.
Okay. If we took away the secret room, would you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. If we made the merch table 5% more expensive, would you still say yes?
I mean, is it gonna be a part of my bank account?
I mean, you have to pay for it. It's a merch table. It's just very discounted. You don't have to take something.
If that's the case, then my answer is no, it would not change anything if you made that 5% more expensive.
So if it were a certain percent more expensive, would that change your opinion?
No, because I wouldn't buy anything from that merch table.
So if there was no merch table, that wouldn't change your opinion?
That would not change my opinion.
That also erases the Prince buttons from the timeline, you understand?
Yes.
So that's like reverting back several iterations. So that means the only difference is that the Nirvana set is 1 minute longer. Is that correct?
It was 42 before, and then it went to 43.
Yeah, so he was saying no,
yeah.
and then we made the set 1 minute longer, and we took everything else away, and that was what did it. So the extra minute of Nirvana is what did it.
No. If it was 1 less minute, I would still be fine with the deal.
Okay. So, 2 hour long, everything set, 10 minutes of downtime, 42-minute Nirvana set, 2 hours, 52 minutes, 172 minutes of show. Gun carters.
How about... Yeah. What about the 10 minutes? If there was no downtime and you had to just go from one show to the next, what would that make you think?
I would be fine with it.
What if the downtime were longer?
I would be fine with it.
What if the downtime was like 8 hours and so you wanted to go to bed but Nirvana started?
Ooh.
Yeah, that would also mean the gun carters would spawn in once every couple of minutes, maybe.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't want to be waking up from my sleep from Nirvana playing music.
You don't think you'd be comfortable, like, taking a nap in between sets?
It's not that. It's being woken up by a band.
Well, you can set an alarm.
I would not want that. I could, but...
Although if your eyes were closed, the gun cars would be able to spawn in however they wanted, and that would maybe be dangerous.
Yeah. Along with that, like, I would not get any sleep whatsoever. I would prefer it if it was an hour 30. Or, like, at the most, 3 hours. Anything past that is no.
Okay.
3 hours the whole show, or 3 hours of downtime?
3 hours the whole show.
So...
that is the max amount of time that I would allow Everything, and Nirvana to play in the living room.
That's actually a lot sooner than I thought. So Everything has got a 2 hour set. Nirvana has a 42-minute set, meaning that they have 18 minutes to get everything set up before you check out.
And then I'm going to be escorting them out.
Yeah, so
yes.
Under the pretext of the deal, Everything, 2 hour long set. Nirvana, 42-minute set. That leaves 18 minutes left for them to get equipment ready in between shows.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 minutes is totally fine, but 8 more minutes and you say no. 9 more, I should say. If we extend that break by 9 minutes to 3 hours and 1 minute, that breaches your upper stratosphere for what you're okay with.
Yes.
Okay.
Sick.
Well, I don't think we got time for any more.
We can get to the final stretch here. Crown our winner for the episode.
Yeah, so, Carter, you walk away with 7 points. Nate got 3, I got 2. Oh wait, no, I didn't update the scorecard for this last round, did I? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Carter, you won.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's great.
Ugh, God.
Good work.
What?
Winner's speech.
I'm glad I won. I didn't get the bit. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, we gotta sweeten the pot so he gets it.
Okay.
It's already ended.
No. No. Hold on.
Okay, Carter, Aiden, you recite it again. I'll tickle him. We'll see if he laughs.
Okay.
Guys, the podcast
so
is
Carter,
over.
hypothetically.
According to the
hypothetically,
winner speech is
Carter,
happened.
hypothetically, we give you the win for the episode. You deliver a great winner speech, but also you can have one of my wins over for a play date. But he's got to come home next week or the weekend, whatever, 3 weeks from now. Yeah.
How in the world would I be transporting your wins?
I can provide transportation, I guess.
Or how about this? You get a 3-hour set from everything, but the first hour 30 is the lead singer transporting wins via car, and then he starts.
I mean, I would be fine with it, yeah.
No, I got it. So, the lead singer of Everything Carter Gun plays a 40-minute Nirvana foo set. You're sitting next to Prince. There's a button with Nate's face on it, and when you press it, it goes, 10 minutes of downtime.
I would be fine with that.
And every 20 seconds... a Dave Grohl spawns in holding a gun button.
That is called the trigger, Aiden.
No. This can work. This can work. Picture Dave Grohl sitting next to the lead singer of Everything, and Foo Carters play a 10-minute long downtime, and every 2 hours, a button, Aiden, spawns in with a Prince on the trigger, and if you bump into a single one, then... Okay, never mind. I can't even keep it all straight anymore.
Then they all go, yeah, and they destroy your
Yeah,
eardrums.
if you bump into a single one, they go, yeah. Every 10 seconds, a tour bus spawns in, holding a driveway.
I would like to sneak in here. If you guys wanted to get me a Christmas gift or a birthday gift someday, which is a button with my face on it that says 10 minutes of downtime, I'm down. I will pay you.
That would be hilarious.
I will commission you to make that button a reality.
Okay.
That's funny.
Nate,
That's
proposition.
Go, hit me.
It's Christmas. There's a Dave Grohl underneath the tree with your name on it. You open it, and inside is a driveway with Prince's face on it. And when you press it, a gun carter pops out. But after 10 minutes of downtime, so it takes a bit to load in.
I really hate the idea of a person being like the wrapping for my Christmas gift. Like, listen, I am totally down to receive that button with my face on it that says 10 minutes of downtime. But if I have to go fishing in Dave Grohl's asshole to get it, that might be the cutoff.
Okay. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Under the tree.
Hey guys, I think
there's a tour bus wrapped in buttons with your name on it. And when you press it,
Happy
10
New
minutes
Year's,
of downtime
everyone.
says, I have a shotgun.
Goodbye, everyone. It was nice talking to you.
And afterwards, you have to navigate through a sea of princes so everyone can get in the Tom York in the driveway and go home.
Do I get any downtime?
You get 7 minutes of Kurt Cobain.
Does he provide me with downtime?
He does provide you with a Nate that you are next to.
Is there any way that I can finagle this system to get me more downtime?
There is an everything table on which you can buy several secret rooms. One of them might have time in it. You have to figure that out yourself.
Oh, it's a gamble. I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Listen, anything for more downtime. Anything for more downtime. I am a...
This is gonna be a two-parter.
A part of me kind of wants to just say fuck the game and just upload us talking about these.
No, dude, it would be so funny if you had the game and then 10 minutes of downtime and then it's this.
Oh, that's so funny. Wait, this episode ends with 10 minutes of downtime, and I've uploaded an unlisted video, and I call it The Button, and if you click it, it's Prince going, and that just shows up at the end.
I am so there for that. You have to do that.
Okay.
Do you want to give like an official outro?
Okay. Thanks for buttoning this Dave Grohl of Spicy Everything Sammich.
I know you've been waiting for it, so go take your 10 minutes of downtime, rest up. We hope that we've entertained you today.
We'll see you next merch table. Goodbye.
10 minutes of downtime.
See you.
Driveway Christmas.
Everything, merch table.
I know this episode's gonna bite me in the ass one day.
This is either going to be the best episode ever, or I'm going to need some downtime.
There's gonna be an episode that Aiden's gonna host, and he's gonna be like, "All right, Carter. On episode 48, we said 10 particular key words."
Yeah.
How many times did we say 10 minutes of downtime?
And I'm never gonna know it if you repeat the question 5 times.
Carter,
and you say the answer for it.
There's a question with your name on it in the episode. New year, new Dave Grohl.
I should put the earbud down.
We yorked you a great Nirvana question. Oh, man. No, it's okay. For that quiz, you'll get to pick the set list.
I'm excited.
We already let him do that and he flunked it.
That's true.